Howdy!
So we are back here in DRIFT21. We've got our S15 that we've built over the past couple episodes of the series. If you check up in the top right corner here, I'll have a link to the playlist for that. As you can see, we're rocking some very loose tires and a small amount of horsepower. Want to keep this thing sort of like a street car. Today, what we're going to be doing with this S15 is testing out our wheel versus a controller for drifting, especially online. And one thing to note about the online multiplayer for this game, it is very laggy. There's a lot of frame drops and just freezes here and there that you'll get regardless of what kind of PC that you have. I have a PC with a 1080 Ti and I'm only running on a 1080p monitor, so I don't think it's a PC problem, but hopefully in a future update we'll be able to get dedicated servers or maybe some optimization for that online multiplayer. Just make sure to stay in touch with the channel here, like, subscribe, and hit that notifications bell so you get notified anytime I post a new video. Especially for DRIFT21 here, I'm going to be trying to start posting more. Without further ado though, let's go ahead and get into the wheel versus controller in DRIFT21. So all in all, drifting with a wheel in DRIFT21 is very much so doable and very much so fun. Would I say that it's perfect? No. Is it really there with a set of courses yet? I wouldn't say that either. But it's very fun, and it is a different kind of driving experience. It's a little bit like a mix between arcade and a sim, and I would definitely go as far as to say it's above Forza Horizon 4, at least for me personally, with the physics and the force feedback. But I'll just go ahead and let you guys see what the wheel driving looks like. This is just me hopping onto a random multiplayer server, and some footage that I gathered from playing for about half an hour or so. So drifting with controller in Drift21 is honestly something that very much so surprised me. It is way better than I thought it would be, and it is definitely a good way to play this game. If you don't have a wheel, you don't have a whole setup, or if you just want to sit back and relax instead of having to set in your rig, you can definitely hook a controller up and have a good time on this game. It's an adjustment, I will say that much. Moving from wheel to controller back to back definitely threw me off for a second. But one thing that I would recommend if you are having any kind of trouble using the controller is play around with your button placement. For me personally, I'm using the left and right trigger for brake and gas. My left button is my clutch, and my right button is the handbrake. And I have X and Y on my controller set as gear down and gear up. So maybe that can help somebody. But as far as using the car that I'm using, I have noticed most people you run into online are going to be much faster than this 376 horsepower S15. But that's okay, because honestly I prefer the street car style of driving compared to whenever you get 1,000 horsepower. Because especially on controller, that 1,000 horsepower car feels like you're skating on ice. I see a lot of people who share that same opinion online, like looking through the Discord and YouTube comments of other people's videos. It seems like a lot of people just jump into this game in the sandbox and build themselves the craziest car that they can right off the bat, which, you know, more power to you, but with a 1,000 horsepower car, it's not going to be the best experience this game has to offer if you ask me personally. Something around the 400-500 horsepower range is going to be a lot more fun for most people, especially if they're playing on a controller. It's going to be a lot more controllable. Go figure. So pretty much what we learned is that either a wheel or an Xbox controller, something like that, they're both perfectly viable options for drifting out here in Drift21. Honestly, I use both of them. It just depends on if I want to set in my rig or if I just want to like sit back and relax for a minute and get some skids in before I've got to go do something. That's whenever I'll just grab a controller. As far as the channel goes, I know I've been kind of slow on uploads this month, and I'm going to start kind of expanding what I've done. So far, it's mainly just been Assetto Corsa in this game, but I have BeamNG as well as GTA 5M, so I'm going to start making videos with those here soon. just make sure again hit the subscribe and notification bell down there if you want to stay up to date with that. And if you have any other suggestions, just let me know down in the comments. I know somebody's already mentioned CarX Drift Racing and RDS, so I'll get to those as soon as I can. I'm just not exactly Mr. Moneybags, so I have to wait to buy games, unfortunately. But I'll see you guys next time. You have a great rest of your day. I'm KMS Daily, and you should take it easy.